In this video, I'll be going over how to send and receive MimbleWimble Coin with a Trezor Model One hardware wallet. This requires installing an unofficial firmware onto my hardware wallet, so I'll start by going to this GitHub page to download the unofficial firmware. I'll go to its releases, and I'll download the Trezor Model One firmware that includes MimbleWimble Coin support. Now that I have the firmware downloaded, I'll be using Trezor Suite to install it onto my hardware wallet. So I'll go to Trezor's website and I'll download Trezor Suite. Then I'll skip ahead to once Trezor Suite is installed and opened. Now that I'm in Trezor Suite, I can install the unofficial firmware onto my hardware wallet by clicking on my device, clicking on the gear icon, and choosing to install a custom firmware. I'll choose to install the firmware that I downloaded and continue through the prompts to proceed. This process does wipe your hardware wallet, so make sure that you have your recovery seed backed up before continuing. Once the firmware is finished being installed, I'll close and reopen Trezor Suite to set up my hardware wallet with my recovery seed. I'll proceed through the prompts to set up my hardware wallet, and I'll skip ahead to once that's completed. Now that my hardware wallet is all set up, I'm done using Trezor Suite, so I'll close it and go to the MWC web wallet. You can find a link to it in this video's description. I'll proceed through the prompts and create my account. From here, I can add my hardware wallet by clicking on the hardware button. I'll choose my Trezor hardware wallet and approve exporting the root public key on my device. Once that's done, the hardware wallet will show up in my list of wallets and start syncing. I'll skip ahead to once it's done syncing, then I'll send some MimbleWimble Coin to it. I have TradeOgre open with some MimbleWimble Coin that I can send. I'll click the withdraw option and enter the amount to withdraw. Then I'll click the withdraw button and enter my two-factor authentication code to proceed. I'll download the transaction file and choose to receive that file as a payment in the web wallet. I'll be prompted to approve receiving the transaction on my hardware wallet. I'll verify the transaction's details on my hardware wallet and approve receiving the transaction. I'll receive a response file from the web wallet that I'll open in TradeOgre to finish receiving the payment. In TradeOgre, I can see the transaction's details, and in the web wallet, I can also see the transaction's details. Now I'll send some MimbleWimble Coin from the web wallet back to TradeOgre. By default, the web wallet requires that a UTXO has 10 confirmations before it can be spent, so I'll skip ahead to once this MimbleWimble Coin is spendable. To send MimbleWimble Coin from the web wallet, I'll go back and click on the Send Payment button. I'll enter the amount to send, and choose to send as file, since TradeOgre only supports receiving payments as files. Then I'll click the Send button and enter my password to proceed. I'll receive a transaction file from the web wallet that I'll need to open in TradeOgre. In TradeOgre, I'll choose to deposit MimbleWimble Coin and open the transaction file. Then I'll download the response file from TradeOgre and open it in the web wallet. I'll be prompted to approve sending the transaction on my hardware wallet. I'll verify the transaction's details on my hardware wallet and approve sending the transaction to finish sending the payment. I can see the transaction's details in TradeOgre, and I can see the transaction's details in the web wallet. And that's how to send and receive MimbleWimble Coin with a Trezor Model One hardware wallet.